to English Grammar and Writing Skills course of EduProm EdTech. You're watching the video with Manisha Bedi, and the topic for the video is simple future tense or future indefinite tense. So today we are going to talk about the first form of future tense, that is simple future tense or future indefinite tense. Okay, simple future tense or future indefinite tense. Now this tense basically expresses an action. This expresses an action which will occur in future. Okay, simple future tense is used when you're talking about any action which will occur in future. Okay, let's say for example, if you're saying that he will surely do it. Okay, so this sentence expresses a belief that you have in him that he will surely do it. Okay, this is basically talking about an action which will take place in the future. Or let's take one more example that says that I shall go home. Again, this expresses an action which will occur in future. Okay, let's see the sentence arrangement. What will be the sentence arrangement here? The sentence arrangement will be subject plus use of shall or will, okay, plus V1 form of the verb will be used here. V1 form of the verb, like see, go, do, these all are the V1 form of the verb. V1 means the base form or the root form of the verb, means without any changes. The raw form of the verb is known as the V1 form of the verb. Okay, got it? Now let's talk about the uses of simple future tense or future indefinite tense. Okay, now we are going to talk about the uses one by one. Okay, now uses. What is the first use? The first use is when you are talking about any sentence which has words like tomorrow or next day or year or month or week. Okay, so whenever you're talking about any sentence which makes use of tomorrow, next day, year, month or week, in that case you make use of simple future tense. Let's say for example, he will take his examination. He will take his examination next year. Okay, use of next year is there, so you will use simple future tense, will take. Okay, again let's take one more example. He will do it tomorrow. So again, if the sentence makes use of tomorrow, words like tomorrow or next day or next year or next month or next week, in those cases you will use simple future tense, that is will take, will do. Okay, let's talk about the second use. The second use is if the subordinate clause is in simple present tense. Pay attention over here. Okay, if the subordinate clause is in simple present tense, then the principal clause will always be in simple future tense. Will always be in simple future tense. It basically wants to talk about that it basically wants to establish that if you're talking about subordinate clause, then subordinate clause will make use of simple present tense. It will make use of simple present tense. While when you're talking about principal clause, it will make use of simple future tense. Got it? Let's say for example, Let's say for example, if I am saying that if you go there, I will help you. Okay, if you go there, I will help you. So if you see here, this is a subordinate clause and this is the principal clause. So principal clause always makes use of simple future tense. Okay, always makes use of simple future tense, while subordinate clause will be in simple present tense. See, if you go there, I will help you. Got it? So the principal clause will always be in the simple future form. Got it? Let's talk about the third use. Now simple future tense is not used. Simple future tense is not used with when you're talking about if or as if or I wish or until or unless. So if you are making use of the words like if or as if or I wish or until or unless, in this case simple future tense is not used. Okay, again, fourth rule says, see, the uses basically has some of the rules or some of the uses. Okay, so now shall is used. Okay, in some places you will see that they will either use shall or will. So you might be like more confused that where you have to use, yeah, what is the appropriate use of shall or will. So shall is used with the first person of pronoun. What is the first person? First person of pronoun means like if you're talking about I or me or mine, okay, or us or we. In this case, it is the first person. So whenever you are using first person, you use shall. Shall is mostly used with the first person of the pronoun, while will is used with the second or third person of the pronoun. Second or third person of the pronoun. Let's say for example, he, she, they. Okay, he, she second person, they third person. Okay, he, she is the second person or third person. So will is used with the second or third person of the pronoun, while shall is used with the first person of the pronoun. Okay, so I hope the uses are clear to you. The uses and some of the rules are clear to you. In the next video, I am going to talk about some of the practice questions related to simple future tense or future indefinite tense.